Okay. It's just gonna make a big old cake, isn't it? And it's bubbling. Okay. Interesting. Usually it burns. It doesn't usually melt. Oh no, ain't that interesting?
You've made lava.
Okay. I'm going to assume that's done. It looks like metal. Oh, that's wild. It's shiny. Huh, that's so cool. Huh, it looks like it looks pretty neat on camera too. Fumes from burning sulfur, of course. Smells like burning sulfur. It's like lava putty. That is remarkable. Is it because the iron was slightly damp? It just contained water? Whoa. That is crazy. I've never seen it do this before. Usually it just burns. Well, burns, I mean, it reacts. But I've never seen it turn into like liquid lava before. That's pretty cool. I wonder how hot it is. Yeah, it's saying at about 300 C. But I'm not sure if it's that or if that's the temperature that's coming off the vapor. Now it says that the container is at 167. Okay, it's starting to cool off. That is wild that it is still molten. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. The crust on it was cool. The temperature of the mass inside is off the scale. I think it's reacting, and I think it's just that the iron was slightly damp, and I think just the water that was introduced into the process has changed the product. Huh, that's wild. If that is the case, boy, it would be a neat analogy to how water that gets subducted into the earth creates magma and melts the rock. Because this is normally a solid chunk. It's not normally a liquid like this. That is just crazy. Huh. It's very shiny. Well, that was certainly an interesting prep of ferrous sulfide, unlike any that I've ever seen before. Okay, I was kind of joking yesterday when I called this shit lava, but this is basically a rock, man. Every other time I've made ferrous sulfide, it's been something that I could grind up, using a mortar and pestle. I can't even break this shit into smaller chunks using a hammer. It's literally a fucking rock. Reeks of sulfide, though, which, since this is meant for the hydrogen sulfide generator, is great. It just doesn't have a lot of surface area, which kind of sucks. But it would generate gas over the long term, I think. The ferrous component is, freely soluble in mineral acids. I think it'll still work. I just think I don't know how rapidly it will generate gas. It's always a problem, especially if the temperature changes in the gas generator. You can get sucked back unless you've got constant positive pressure. But I guess if the acid is strong enough and the ferrous salt can go fully into solution without any problems, then I guess it should work okay. I'll try to grind it up somehow more. It's so funny. I mean, the only little place I've read about how to deal with this, like at home, is like in old alchemist books. I tell you how to do alchemy at home, where they talk about grinding up rocks and ores, and they recommend getting a length of iron pipe and putting an end cap on one end and using that as a mortar with a steel pan as a pestle. And yeah, that'd be about what it would take. And man, my God, alchemists, like, can you not use at least just like rudimentary technology? Like fucking A, man. Just some kind of device set up that's driven by a water wheel or something, a windmill, anything. Do you have to do that shit by hand? What are disabled alchemists supposed to do? What are like the waist up cripples like me? How's that supposed to work? You gotta do every little goddamn thing by hand? Anyhow. Seriously, it's like the Amish. Like, where does it start being the sin? The steam power is okay, but electricity is not. How does that work? Anyhow. So yes, ferrous sulfide rocks, gravel. It smells like ass. But it worked. So yeah, that was a very interesting prep of ferrous sulfide. Cool way of making simulated lava. That was pretty neat. It even crystallized out as it cooled slowly, although the crystals were hard to see. I thought about acid washing it, but then I decided, that's a lot of work, and I don't really want to do that. So, anyway, till the next one, you guys. I see you later. That was fun.